Hello, lovely ones out there. Welcome back to Madrona's Pulse Teachings. I would like to make just a short video about this energy of this weekend because it is some energy of this weekend. We have got this major stellium going on in Pisces of Neptune, the North Node, and also Venus is coming through. So she's already coming through. It's all going to converge around 28 degrees. It is also trining Juno in Scorpio. And we, of course, cannot forget that this is also opposite the South Node in Virgo. And we cannot forget that. So as we move through this weekend, it is just, we're coming out of the Aquarius new moon. Uranus has just stationed direct. Jupiter is going to station direct after we move through this weekend. And yet there is this window, there is this opening. And that conversation absolutely also does have to do with what the South Node is inviting us to let go of. And this is kind of like a little push that we might have. So there is the gnarly kind of grisly stuff in the South Node in Virgo that South Node is trying to chip away at karmically. And as that happens, we have this opportunity for healing. This is absolutely a weekend to invite that kind of cosmic symphony. This is beyond everything that is in our control. This is about mystical experiences, going into other realms. This is about art and creativity, meditation. It is divine feminine energy pouring through, really cultivating space this weekend to be with that, whatever that means to you. It is a weekend to let go of the plans that we're really attached to, especially if we thought we were going to figure something out or going to, we might be shown that we need to let go of what we think is in our control, because this energy works when we let go and it just comes through. It's like Virgo can get very attached to how it thinks things should be. The word should, always a red flag. Virgo can be very hard on itself. It can also create a narrative that is all about service and the good and doing things in a good way, in a way that it is actually self-sabotaging itself and bypassing its actual one's own needs, especially mind-body connection in the here and now. And so here, the South Node saying, no. This is not about perfectionism. We are letting go. We are letting go of over-attachment to plans, especially this weekend. Because as we do that, we open to the mystery. And this is the mystery. This is the mystery becoming so personal in our own felt values, in our own felt connections, our connections with other beings, whether they are human or animals or plants or other beings, whether they are connections that are, happening in our dreams or in art making or just putting music on and listening to it and getting carried away in the flow, whether that's through dance or just meditating. But it is a weekend to really invite letting go of attachment to plans and just letting the flow take us over, because that is Pisces, and this is the final degrees of Pisces. Okay, the final degrees of Pisces, they also have a lot of grief in them. Okay, they are the last breath of all that is. And now, all that is doesn't get attached to the loss. It doesn't get attached. The Piscean knowledge doesn't get attached to that grief. But we are also humans, and we have these human minds, and we are conditioned by all of our life's experiences, and we are watching really complicated, hard news stories. And so if the grief is coming up, really inviting, firstly, just literally inviting divine love, because it is here this weekend. And also separating, really working to separate our attachment to the here and now, and understanding that there is another timeline, another plane. There is such a bigger, beautiful story than we are able to grasp with our mind right now. And we are able to feel into that bigger, beautiful story this weekend. And it's going to speak through non-linear, non-discursive ways. It's going to be synchronicities. It's going to be art. It's going to be having a beautiful conversation with someone that maybe you didn't even know, and or you call up that friend that helps you connect into that beautiful place within yourself. But it's really inviting healing and compassion. If you're someone that is working with forgiveness practices, this is an incredible weekend to work with those practices, to meditate, to feel into it, to journal. You know, the more that we can just get lost in the flow, the more that we are flowing with this energy, and we don't know where it's going to take us. And also remember that Juno in Scorpio is here and she's trining this. So this is also not about, this is not about just being in like it's the beautiful lotus flower opening and whatever else social media tells us spirituality is. Scorpio, Juno, she brings it down to what is real and messy and alchemizing. We are feeling it, and we're feeling the power. Okay, Juno here brings power from being with what's real and realizing that that's the gate. We go through the messy parts, we go through the raw parts, and that is what opens us to these experiences that just transcend, that take us into this beautiful flow with the divine feminine, the goddess, universe, all that is. It is here this weekend. And so just remembering that it's here. And if we're getting stuck, then we're attached. And we can work to, just like when we're practicing mindfulness and we redirect our gaze to the breath, we catch ourselves in those moments of tension and we say, okay, I've gotten too attached to something. How can I redirect my gaze in this moment? And maybe I go meditate to do that. Or maybe I put on my favorite music, or I put on something that takes me into another realm, But try and surround yourself with that energy this weekend, because it is here and it is real. And journey well, and I will see you on the other side. Be well.